से डिपार्टमेंट में वो वीक है, ओपनिंग में वीक है, मिडल गेम में या एंड गेम में। एज वेल एज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली कि हमें सिर्फ हमारे ऊपर काम नहीं करना है। चेस इज ऑल अबाउट द हमारा जो ओपोनेंट है, जो कंटिन्यूसली जिस एरिया में, जिस सिटी में, जिस विलेज में हम रहते हैं, तो नॉर्मली हम सेम ही प्लेयर्स को फेस करते हैं जहाँ पे हम रहते हैं नॉर्मली। तो हम जिस प्लेयर्स को कंटिन्यूसली फेस करते हैं और जो स्ट्रॉन्ग प्लेयर है जिसके सामने हम हार रहे हैं, तो उसकी जो हमें गेम मिलेगी, तो हमें गेम से ये भी पता चलेगा कि ओपोनेंट कौन सी ओपनिंग खेलता है, उसके अगेंस्ट में प्रिपेयर करो कि इस ओपनिंग के अगेंस्ट में क्या बेस्ट है। ये भी मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट है। नहीं कि सिर्फ हमें ही इम्प्रूव करना है, हमें तो इम्प्रूव करना है, बट वो जिस प्लेयर के सामने खेल रहा है वो कौन सी ओपनिंग में स्पेसिफिकली स्ट्रांग है, उसको आउट ऑफ द थियरी लेके जाओ। और मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली, जैसे कि आई डोंट नो किसको पता होगा, बट जिसको भी पता होगा, रिसेंटली अभी जर्मनी में चेस 960 खेला गया, राइट। फिशर रैंडम, यानी कि पीसेस रैंडमली अरेंज किए होते हैं, नॉर्मली हमारे पीसेस रखे होते हैं वैसे नहीं
जी
होते।
जी।
तो ये इसकी भी प्रैक्टिस उतनी ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि नॉर्मली और एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज कि एक ही ओपनिंग बार बार लगातार नहीं खेलना है। क्योंकि एक ही ओपनिंग जब हम बार बार लगातार खेलते हैं तो हमारा ब्रेन उसी ओपनिंग के अकॉर्डिंग सेट हो जाता है, और कोई कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सिचुएशन आती है तो ब्रेन इज नॉट रेडी टू वर्क ऑन द कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सिचुएशन। तो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ओपनिंग्स खेलो, बट स्पेसिफिकली दो दो व्हाइट से इतनी स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए और दो ब्लैक से इतनी स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए कि इवन आप ओपनिंग सरवाइव कर जाओ। और ओपनिंग इतना कुछ भी नहीं होता कि ओपनिंग अगर खराब हो, लाइक ओपनिंग आपको जैसे कि अगर आप इंटरव्यू पढ़ते होंगे तो जैसे कि बहुत सारे ग्रैंड मास्टर्स ऐसे हैं कि जब तक ग्रैंड मास्टर बन गए तब तक एक दो ओपनिंग के ऊपर ही चलते हैं। बस उनका मेन फोकस कैलकुलेशंस के ऊपर ही रहता है और टैक्टिकल अलर्टनेस के ऊपर। क्योंकि कैलकुलेशन अगर आपका स्ट्रांग है, यू कैन इजीली हैंडल दो ओपनिंग्स, क्योंकि ओपनिंग्स में सीधा मेट इन 1 2 तो 3 हो तो हो नहीं जाएगा। नॉर्मली कोई भी नॉर्मल डेवलपमेंट करो, सेंटर कंट्रोल करो, कैसलिंग करो, ओपनिंग के 10 मूव हो गए, देन ओपनिंग सर्वाइव, राइट। तो मिडल गेम पार्ट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, और एंड गेम के भी कुछ अच्छे होने चाहिए। तो और डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ओपनिंग्स खेलो, स्पेशली ऑनलाइन। और जो भी ओपनिंग्स आप खेल रहे हो, स्पेसिफिकली आपको लगता है कि मेरी ये ओपनिंग काफी अच्छी है, उसके ऊपर और डीपली उसमें और सीखो, और अलग 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 वेरिएशन सीखने पड़ेंगे। तो ये है, और ज्यादा से ज्यादा टूर्नामेंट्स खिलाने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि ज्यादा अगर वो कम टूर्नामेंट्स खेल रहा है तो फिर ऐसा ही होगा। और सिटिंग प्रैक्टिस, सिटिंग और टूर्नामेंट का भी एक स्पेसिफिक मैं अभी बता ही देता हूँ कि जब हम टूर्नामेंट्स में जाते हैं खेलने के लिए, तो वहाँ पे भी हमें बहुत सारे ऐसे फैक्टर्स हैं जो कि चेस के अलावा हमें दूसरे फैक्टर्स बहुत सारे इफेक्ट करते हैं गेम में। कि जब राउंड खत्म हो जाता है तो खत्म होने के बाद जो बच्चा आता है वो हॉल में से राउंड नहीं लगाना है, बाहर से घूमेगा नहीं। राउंड जैसे ही खत्म हुआ आके बैठ जाओ, रेस्ट करो। स्पेसिफिकली बैठ के रेस्ट करोगे इससे बेटर है सुला दो बच्चों को, कहीं पे अपनी गोदी में सुला दो, कहीं पे भी जगह है वहां सुला दो, जिससे बैक को रेस्ट मिलेगा, अगले गेम के लिए स्टेमिना रहेगा। क्योंकि शुरुआत के 2 3 मैचेस तो स्टेमिना होता है, जैसे जैसे एंडिंग में जाते हैं तब स्टेमिना फिनिश हो जाता है। स्टेमिना फिनिश होता है तो ब्लंडर्स होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, वो बच्चों को भी नहीं पता है, हमें भी नहीं पता। पर जैसे ही बॉडी से थोड़ा एनर्जी डाउन होता है देन ब्लंडर्स शुरू हो जाते हैं। टूर्नामेंट के बारे में और भी बहुत कुछ है हमारे पास बोलने के लिए, पर अभी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं। तो आई होप कि आप ये
ओके सर।
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन सर है। हाँ।
So why it is that we have to learn openings? It is why it is important to learn openings.
Very good question, and very nice question. Why it's important to learn the openings? Why we need to learn the openings, which means because let's suppose if your opening is prepared, then first thing first you landed into the best position. First thing first, And second thing, if your opening is prepared, then you will save your time for the middle game and for the end game as well. And sometimes if you are not prepared in the openings, or for the openings, if you are not preparing for openings, then you have to take some time for to opening to understand why he played this move or that move, what is the reason behind it, this, and what he wanted to do next. That's why for a saving your time, uh, to find the best move in the short less time, that is the most important. And the sometimes you have the positional advantage. Sometimes you get the center, sometimes you have the activity of your pieces, sometimes you will feel comfortable that position if you prepare your openings very well. And let's suppose if you have prepared your opening, then I remember one more thing. Let's suppose if your opening is prepared, you feel very confident. You thought that this is my preparation and I knew how to. If your opening is prepared, then sometimes middle game concept you also know. Like wherever you are learning from the coach or from the video, like some, if you saw some openings from the YouTube, then forget about the YouTube. Let's suppose you are learning from some coach, then coach will guide you opening as well. Coach will also guide you how to further in the middle game plan as well. You can, like, they will explain you, now you have to move your knight here, and then you have to move your bishop here, and then how you should continue your idea. So this is what my recommendation. If you prepare the opening, you save your time for the middle game, and you feel confidence about it, about whatever opening you have played. Also, you know the middle game concept as well. So confidence uh, will definitely is a key if you have prepared for. So I hope it would be the helpful for time wise as well, and helpful for the confidence as well. And but let's suppose if you have prepared, and whatever you have prepared, and that is the same thing happening in the board, which means you don't have to play faster, right? If you play faster, then your opponent will understand that you are playing very faster, so probably you are prepared. So even even your opening preparation is going on in your game, still we have to play very slowly with calculation. So this is what the uh, opening helps to save your time, to save your energy, to don't take a stress in the opening, and have a landed into the very good position. That's why we have to prepare opening. So someone asked me which kind of positions we have to solve, and Bharat Nayak has he raised the hand. He wanted to ask them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sir,
Huh.
sir, my doubt is how to think in chess in the opening, in the middle game, and in the end game. How to think?
Okay. How to think? Okay. First of all, I have few questions for you. Uh, are you able to solve mate in three positions? If I give you mate in three, are you solving some mate combinations?
These are some.
Sometimes. Regularly, are you solving some positions like mate in 2, mate in 3, mate in 3, 4, anything?
Yes, sir, mate in 1 and mate in 12. Sal regularly and mate in 3 try to solve.
Great. So look, that is the very important question. When you are solving the positions and you know that there is a white to play, you find, look, finding the correct move of the position, that is not the good, that is not the criteria that is finished. Let's suppose there is white to play and you find the first correct move, that is not the key of the finding the best thing. When we are thinking the positions, and if there is white to play and you found the one of the strongest move in the first move, that is not the correct thing, that you found the correct move, which means good. After you find the correct move, then you have to find the one of the best option from your opponent side as well. If you find the best option from your opponent side as well, then your improve, then your calculation power is what it will increase very very well. Because what will happen, some my kids as well, some my student as well, when I give them some positions, and I tell them to find the best move for black, so they find the best move for black, and they ask me, sir, now what he will do? So then we will calculate accordingly. So when you are finding the move for white or black, let's suppose you find the correct move. That is good. Now your task is, now let's suppose you are finding as a white to play. Okay. So you find the best move for white. Now you have to think that now I am a black. What is the best solution for black? Whenever you are solving the position, don't think that I have to find the best move for white only. You have to find the best move from both the side. If you think best move from both the side, then your calculation will become very rapidly higher. So one thing which I recommend to all of my students, all we believe in God, right? Believe in God, right? What
Yes,
God
sir.
says, what God says, if you think best for the others, if you think good for the others, God will do good for you. Yes or no? All of you,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
Yeah. So that is the same concept I use to my student. You have to find the best for your opponent. If you find the best for your opponent, then you will not do the big mistake. And you thought that I will put my queen here. If you takes my queen, I will do checkmate. But what about if he doesn't do? No? Why you are thinking bad move from your opponent side, that I will sacrifice my queen, he will take, and I will do mate other way. But you have to think that if it doesn't take, then what? Like some intermediate move. We will see some intermediate move as well. Like if you are ready to sacrifice, then you don't have to always thought that he will accept. You have to also think that what if he doesn't accept? That is an intermediate move. There is also one tactics which I forgot to tell you. There is also one more tactic, intermediate move. Very informative. So anything now? Any other question?
no, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Sail.
हाँ हेलो सर।
Yeah, hello.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है।
Okay.
हेलो
हाँ.
सर, मैं अपना चेस्ट विजुअलाइजेशन और ब्लाइंड फोल्ड कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकता हूँ सर? मेरे कुछ फ्रेंड्स हैं सर, वो अच्छे क्रिकेट प्लेयर हैं, वो बहुत अच्छा एनालाइज कर लेते गेम को कि ये होना चाहिए था, वो होना चाहिए
Amazing
था।
question. Amazing question.
तो सर वो चेस्ट एनालाइजेशन, सर विजुअलाइजेशन और ब्लाइंड फोल्ड मेरा बहुत वीक है सर, उसको मैं इम्प्रूव करना चाहता हूँ।
Okay, so everyone, uh, let's. I have a question for all of you. I don't know who can do this, but I want someone to let Agam sir. Let Agam sir. Can you ask me some question? Like the first thing first, how can we improve our blindfold calculation? That sometimes we are not looking the board. How can we improve our calculation? There are I have created a 5 step for that. So I used to teach my student blindfold training as a 5 to 6 there is a steps. So the first steps there is, you have to recognize the chess colors, chess square colors, without looking the chessboard. So the first question for the Agam sir is, I'm closing my eyes. Agam sir, can you ask me any of the square so I can tell the color of that square? E4 is a white. Anything? E5 obviously is a black. Anything else? F7 is white. Hmm. Quickly, fast.
H2.
H2 would be black. Okay, so this is the first step we have to learn, and probably if anybody know, that is a good. If anybody know how I do it, you will learn this thing in just 2 minutes only. In just 2 minutes. So this is the first step which I taught my student, and the second step. Let's do this blindfold training for a 10 minutes. Is it okay? Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. Yeah. So definitely, I would like to share this. When I was teaching this thing to my students, their parents are very keen to ask me, sir, why this is very important. Look, if you are solving 10 positions by looking at positions, and you will increase your level. Like if you are solving 10 position and you will increase your position, that is the same increment you will solve one blindfold training, and you will increase the similar increment of your strength. So 10 normal position by solving by looking at that position, that equally affect the one blindfold person, and it will make you to stress little bit deeper. That's the most important thing. That and also, like sometimes some of the grandmaster or some my friend explained me, when they were looking at the chess pieces, chessboard, there are lots of pieces, so they are so confused which variation they have to do. So they just close their eyes, they're looking at the ceiling or at the upside, and they are not looking at the chessboard. Probably you may have seen some Hikaru Nakamura just looking upside up thinking, then he found the best move. Yeah? So this is the help for a blindfold training, that you will increase your level insanely. That is the my suggestion to all the players who ask this question, why blindfold is uh, important to do. So you will increase your intuition is also most important thing, and also you will increase your calculation level very faster, because sometimes you will just see the position and you calculate it like very quickly, because when you are thinking blindfoldedly and when you are thinking at looking at the chessboard, then your speed of calculation is will become very faster. This is my question's answer. So improve calculation level very quicker, faster, and sharper. Okay, so hi, how to learn blindfold training? There is a first step. that we have to understand the color of the square. So there are, you can see the A file is there. So in this A file, we have to remember 4 square only, the odd numbers like A1, A3, A5, A7. So 1, 3, 5, 7. There are this is a green color, but we have to call them as a black. So 1, 3, 5, 7. It's a black in the A line. This is what just you have to remember. In A line, 1, 3, 5, 7. So all of you, I just wanted to all of you just say 4 times without unmuting your mic. Just say 4 times 1357, 1357, 1357, 1357. 4 times. Don't unmute mute your mic. Keep you mute your mic and say 1357, 1357 4 times. And remember 1357 is black. Okay. We don't have to remember any other thing. If anybody will ask the color of from the chessboard, so everyone now close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. Now I'm going to ask you the question. And now whatever question I'm asking you, you have to decide the answer. And now and then you have to decide how many answers you have correct and how many answers you have thought wrong. Okay, so just in 1357, it's all in A line. 1357 is black and the other is white. Other square we don't have to remember. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question from the A line only. So what is the color of A3? So remember, in I'm asking about A3. So
Sir,
that you don't have to ask me, because if you tell me, then lots of kids will unmute your mic, then tell me. You have to just think in your head and decide you thought right or wrong. So everyone thought black, because we have thought that we have decided that 1357 is black. Okay, now I'm going to ask you the other one. What is the color of A6? So A6 is not in our 1357. So what is the color of A6?
white.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if I thought, I'm thinking that A line is clear for all of you, right? So just one square, one more square we will learn in the A line. Okay, close your eyes. I'm going to ask you the A7. Decide in your head.
Black, sir.
Great, mute your. So now, until now, I just wanted to know that how many of you enjoying this class. Just raise your hand. So, okay, great. Until now, enjoying, right? Okay. Okay, and now you can just click and raise your. Yeah, great. Moving on, we have just learned A line only. Now we have to learn from B line to H line that we don't have to remember. So what? How we will understand what is the color of in the B line? Okay. Look, we just have to remember in A line 1357 black. That's enough for us. Okay. Now let's moving on to the B line. Now, uh, now I will ask you the question, and if you know the answer, you just have to hand raise, and I will ask the question. Okay. Then when I ask the question, then you have to unmute and then tell me the answer. Okay. Now we are moving. First, I have to teach you. Now we are moving on to the B line. Okay. So we only know about the A line. We don't know about the B line. B to H. So let's we think about what is the color of B4. We don't know the B4, but we have to remember the A4. So the color of A4 is white. So the B4 is, beside of white there is a black. So the B4 color is black. Now I am moving on to the C line. So C is in the 3 number, right? So let me ask you the question. Now unraise your hand because I am going to ask you in the C line. If you know the answer, then you have to tell me. Okay? Then you have to raise your hand. So I'm going to ask you what is the color of C7?
Black.
No, just
White.
just raise your hand. Then I will ask you. So now I ask you the question of C7. So you have to think about the A7 1357. So A7 is black. So B7 is white and the C7 is
Black.
you don't have to. Okay. Moving on. Don't unmute your just mute. Keep it. So we will learn more things. Now let's moving on to the E file. Okay, just skip the D file. Let's moving on to the E file. So E is in the fifth rank, fifth number in the ABCD. So raise your 5 finger like this so you can understand very quickly if there are some small kids. So I'm going to ask you the E line. So what is the color of E3? So remember the color of A3. So 1, 3, 5, 7. A3 is black. So count from the black as well. So black, white, black, white, black. So the E3 color will be the black. Very easy. This is how you can go for F, you can go for uh, G and H. But here we have to calculate the ABCD and all. What about if someone asks us ask any square name and we will give them very quickly answer. So there is one more trick. So let me show you one more thing we have to remember that. Can you see? You can see my screen. So we learned that in A file A357 is black. So now we have to remember in A line, C line, E line, and G line. So A, C, E, G. All of this file is the same color. A, C, E, G. So now in your head you have to repeat 4 times A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G. 4 times. 4 to 5 times. A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G. Okay, so in A, C, E, G is the same color. So let's suppose if someone asks us any square from the G line. So G is in our ACEG, right? So if anybody asks us G4, so G4 is the same like a A4. So ACEG, just keep repeating in your head ACEG will be the same color, right? Okay. If somebody asks us any square from the ACEG file, there will be the same color of the A. Very simple. And if somebody asks us not from the ACEG, from the other, like if there someone asks us from the F line, so whenever they ask us F, just keep in your head F is not in our ACEG. So F color is the opposite of the A file color. If anybody asks us F5, so F is not in our ACEG. So A5 is black, so F5 is opposite. This is how you can quickly understand. This is the first step for a blindfold. So let's moving on for the small one more step ahead. So here is the A1 square, here is the B2 square, here is the C3 square. So my question is to the Tejas. Tejas,
Yes, sir.
can you see this A1, B2 and C3 diagonal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Tejas, can you close your eyes?
Yes, sir.
Now can you keep going on? A1, B2, C3 and keep going on.
Yes, sir. A1, B2, C3, D4, A5, F6, G7, H8.
Now my question is to the Naksh. Can you close your eyes? Huh. You know the just look into the board first. Can you see this A8, B7?
Yes.
Now you have to go. Yeah, now you have to go all the way down. A8, B7 like this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
A
B7.
B7,
Go ahead, go down all the way diagonally.
C6,
Uh,
D5,
C6, then yeah, D5, then
E4,
mm-hmm.
F4,
E4, then
G,
F3, F3,
F3,
uh, G2,
G, G4.
G2, G2, and H1 because we are going down. Okay, now you can mute your mic. Look, I knew that when I was teaching this skill to the kids, lots of kids to enroll into this, and they wanted to ask, they wanted to participate in these things. And I know that we cannot ask to the all of you because we have limited time. So this is the second step, and the third step, which I consider them. So first here I explained them. Just remember your king is on e4. So from e4 where he can go, so you just have to keep your eyes closed, and then you have to remember he can go to e5 as well, e3 as well. And when he goes to e3, then from after e3, the left side he can go to the d3, other side to the f3. Then he can go d3, d4, d5, f3, f4, f5. These two we already know. Then I teach them where your king can go by blindfoldedly. Then I ask them where the knight can go from the e4 square, how many different square he can go. Then I give them mate in one blindfolded puzzles. Then I give them mate in two blindfolded puzzles. Then the other thing we have in the blindfold training, that what you have to do in the blindfold training. Let's suppose what you have to do when you are playing with your friend or whoever you are playing with. So you have to write down your game. Then what you have to do is you have to tell your opponent that I played e4. You don't have to actually play that move, but you have to tell them I played e4. Then you have to write down in your score sheet e4. Then he said I played e5. You have to write down. Then you said knight f3, write down. Knight here, write down. Till 5 moves, you don't have to play. You have to just write down and imagine whatever you played, whatever he played. After finishing 5 moves, then 5 move, whatever you played, both of you just played on the board. Then from move number 6 to move number 10, again do the same thing. Just say to your opponent, I played this, and write down. So from move number 6 to 10, don't play. Then when you reach to the 10th move, let's suppose 5 move you played like this. You imagine 5 moves, and you note down in your screen sheet. And when your 5 moves finished, then you have to play your 5 moves. Then from move number 6, like then now you have to tell him, I will do my knight to c3. You don't have to actually have to do. Then he will say I here, and whatever you wanted to. This is what you have to do till move number 10. Then you have, when you reach to the move number 10, then you have to move it. This is how you have to increase your moves. You started with 5 moves, then you have to start it with 7 moves, then 8 moves, then 9 moves, and 10 moves. After finishing this exercise, then there is other exercise as well. So what you have to do is, like you have to just remove all of